Besides buying a house, a car is often considered the second biggest financial purchase in a person's life. And if you're like me, the thought of car shopping, making decisions on if you should buy new, used, etc., can be very, very stressful. And I haven't even negotiated the price yet. Harish Auto Family wants to make it a little less stressful, and they have online tools that can help. Eric Butler joins me to share more. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. No, thank you for having us. My gosh.
And, you know, this common feeling of stress going in car shopping, what makes the experience different with y'all?
Well, I mean, I have to go to the people. I mean, we have some of the most amazing employees on the planet. You know, we culture an environment that is, you know, we want to be friendly. We want to be, you know, forthcoming. We want to make everything as easy as we possibly can, and that's something that, you know, we really work hard at. You know, so, you know, we're looking at who's dealing with our customers. That's really the most important thing.
Yes, having people that are approachable, that you feel like you can trust is important. So let's talk about used cars and trade-in. How can somebody maximize trade-in value when they're buying a car?
I mean, we got tons of tools, right? I mean, there's on our website, there's lots of websites that talk about used car trade-ins. You know, I always encourage people to do a little bit of homework. We know that in today's market that customers, before they ever show up at the dealership, are doing, you know, anywhere from like 12 to 15 hours of research online, right? And part of that is the trade, you know, so I always encourage people, please do that. But even on our own websites, you know, we have those same tools, you know, KBB, you know, Edmunds, you know, CarMax is one of those tools. And so there's a lot of different places you can get values. You know, and I highly recommend people do that homework before they show up to the dealership, for sure.
Definitely. And you guys have an online tool too. I hear that can help you discover the value of your trade, and that's what we're seeing there. So tell me about this fancy tool.
Well, I mean, we want it to be real easy. I mean, people are used to, you know, features like this. You can put in the information, you know, the year, make, model, the miles, you know, they even let you walk through the colors, the conditions, things like that. You know, and after you gather all the information, within a few minutes, you usually have, you know, a really, really good value, you know, as far as, you know, what the car is worth. And here's the one thing I always say when it comes to trade-ins. You know, a nice trade-in, somebody that owned a car, took care of a car, you know, that's some of our most valuable merchandise. You know, and I always had a saying, you know, and everybody who ever watches this, who knows me, has heard this before, so I'm sorry to all those people. But there's two kinds of used cars, right? There's histories. We like histories. And then there's mysteries. Nobody really likes mysteries. So
valid.
Right. We want to see those histories, and, you know, and by doing that research, by us, you know, running Carfaxes, we can see, you know, what service has been done. We have a lot of tools that help us evaluate the cars. But what I love to be able to do is, in some cases, the car is actually worth more than what people, you know, thought it was, which is always fun for us.
And how do you maximize it? Like, does it matter to bring it in then looking nice, like cleaning it? Like, is that important?
I mean, not super important. I mean, I always tell people, I mean, you don't need to go get your car detailed, I mean, but it doesn't hurt, you know, to clean it out a little bit, you know, and it's just, you know, I think just like if you walk into somebody's house, you can tell, has it been taken care of?
Valid.
I think cars are the same way.
Okay, and let's talk tariffs. This is on a lot of people's mind. People are wondering, should we buy now? Should we wait? What can you tell us?
Well, I know how we're taking care of it. You know, what we realize is that these tariffs are probably really going to happen. I mean, the manufacturers told us the same thing. You know, so what we've done at our group is, between our 5 stores, I think we have almost 1,000 new cars right now that have no tariffs attached to them whatsoever, and won't. You know, so we're trying to save as many people as much money as we possibly can.
We so appreciate that.
Yeah.
And there's a super sale I hear coming up in just a few days. So what's included in this 10-day sale?
It's 5 stores. You know, that we have stores in Everett and in Puyallup, right? It's every single new car, every single used car. The savings could be, you know, anywhere from $500 to $5,000 off, in some cases even more.
Is this the first time too for the sale, or?
The very first time we've ever done this as an auto group.
Oh my God, what made you want to pick this year too?
It's kind of like what you're talking about, the tariffs. You know, people want to save some money. We want people to know that we're here for you. We want to help you out.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
And why buy local with y'all?
Well, again, you know, we're not only a place that sells cars, we're a place that takes care of our communities. In the Puyallup market and in the Everett market, you know, we're not only places to go buy a car, but we're places that are, you know, supporting your Little League baseball team. You know, we're supporting local charities, you know, whether it be, you know, cancer, you know, which is one that's really important to us, you know, whether it be, you know, kids needing, you know, blankets, clothes, stuff like that. I mean, we are dug into our communities, and that's important to us. And I think that people want to buy from people that they can trust, but they also want to buy from people that they recognize. And I think that we're very recognized.
Yes, and where can people find you?
Well, you got 2 stores in Everett. I'm kind of prepping mine here a little bit, but Kia of Everett, and then we also have Chevy of Everett. And then in Puyallup, we have the Chevy of Puyallup, we have Volkswagen of Puyallup, Buick GMC of Puyallup, Subaru of Puyallup. Did I say Volkswagen?
I don't know, but look at all of these too.
So we got a few. Yeah, we're pretty well represented.
And before we leave too, difference between new and used. Do you have any hot takes? What should we know?
I don't know. See, I'm a new car guy. I love new cars.
Okay.
But with used cars, all I say is just do your research. I mean, you have Carfax. Look at service history, stuff like that. Buy something, like I said, buy a history, not a mystery.
Okay, and that's what you feel like people should do, is do their homework a little more before they're going to a dealership.
Yes, they should. Again, and I think that most of our customers do. I mean, I'm blown away by how much time people spend on the online, checking out these cars. And so it's always nice to be able to show people that, not only are they buying a car from us, but we can show them here's what services we've done. Here's why you should buy it from us, and here's why it's such a great deal. It's
got to feel pretty fulfilling too when you can see the smile on someone's face rolling out.
It should be though, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you buy a new car, you should drive out happy.
Thank you, Eric, so much for being here. My parents are, right now in the market for a new car, so it's exciting to get these tips. And now I know where to send them. I have a guy.
Right.
We all have a guy. So thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
And the Harish Auto Family Super Sale starts May 22nd and goes through June 1st at all 5 locations in Puyallup and Everett. You'll find an exclusive 10 days of savings, plus you can test drive to win prizes as well as getting additional trade-in value and lots more. You can find out more online at HarishAutoFamily.com.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Harish Auto Family.